The next story we have here is about Star Wars Episode 7 is apparently going to be shot in 35 millimeter film in order to kind of capture that, or to recapture really that same feel of the old films in the 70s. This sounds pretty cool. I mean, like kind of going back into like just trying to recapture that same feel basically of like episodes 4 through 6. What do you guys think about this? Like, especially you guys being more in the technical sense of things with that whole stuff. So
yeah, it's actually one of the best things that I've heard in a long time. Simply because, well, if you know anything about J.J. Abrams has shot everything to date on 35 millimeter. He will not transition to digital film just yet, or the digital recording and that kind of thing, using your Red or whatever you're doing to use it with and whatnot. But I think this is a really good idea. I think losing 35 millimeter would be a terrible thing overall. 35 millimeter is one of those formats that you cannot recapture the way that looks at 24 frames a second. Like, there's magic to it. Like, it just has this look that's unmistakable, you know? And to redo these, because the prequels are all done with digital and whatnot. And, I mean, it makes the difference. Even when you're inserting special effects and everything else, obviously J.J. Abrams has been doing it this far. It's not hurting the filming.
Giving it a timeless feel would definitely kind of be invigorating to the franchise, especially if they're going to do something that's a little, because this is going to be totally different from what anybody's seen. Having J.J. Abrams at the helm, it's going to be amazing. It's going to look amazing. It's going to have this
lens flare and everything.
It's not going to be the same old Star Wars.
Oh, no, yeah, not at all.
The only thing J.J. Abrams thing I don't like has been Lost.
Yeah.
It just, let's not get started on that.
J.J. Abrams does science fiction so well. And that goes without saying. And it's
Fringe.
Yeah,
I mean,
Fringe is a good show.
Is amazing.
Yeah, and Super 8's a good movie.
Super 8 was okay.
Modern day.
I loved Cloverfield.
Yeah,
Loved Cloverfield. Love that movie.
Yeah, Super 8's a modern day Goonies,
Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
But with that being said, at least about the film aspect, having him do that kind of thing, like I think he's tailor made for doing that kind of thing. So, he's not gonna, making the movie look good, there's no surprise he'll make it look good. I'm already sold on him making the movie look good. As far as everything else goes, that's kind of a wait and see thing.
You just have to wait on the story. That's always the tricky one.
Definitely.
Yeah, like especially when you're talking about Star Wars, it's like, I mean, I've kind of made this argument before, like about like how I like Star Wars for what it is, but like it's got some of the worst like dialogue in any sci-fi movie, and like the stories get so muddled,
That's just the way it is, though. Hopefully we get something different out of this. It's time to do something new, and I think this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, most of the quotables come from the older films.
Exactly.
Yeah, and women actually love the best, the quotable that most women love from the Star Wars
franchise.
I love you.
I know.
Dude, it'd be amazing how many women love that line, man.
I think as long as you have like more of those like newer writers like putting in like their input as opposed to George Lucas coming in and be like, no, it should be this way because I'm George Lucas, I think that'll work more in his favor in that sense.
Yeah, I think George Lucas should have influence in this because it's something he created, but in the sense that it's kind of like, every writer is going to have their own perspective on it, and sometimes it actually might be better than your idea. Let them gain some type of perspective on their own and see how it comes out.
There's been a whole bunch of other writers at this point.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You should just sit on your cash cow, George Lucas, right off into the sunset.
Now, I'm not like entirely like familiar as far as like the difference between 35 millimeter film and like having like more like of like the digital film like style and everything. But like, is it like anything like the difference say between like practical effects and the digital effects in movies? Yes and no.
Practical effects, you can always do practical effects with anything. Like, that doesn't matter. The 35 millimeter is special because the way that the images are actually captured, that's the difference. Like when you're doing it digitally, each frame is written to a file, but when you're doing it, on actual film, each frame is being written to a piece of film, an actual physical thing, that kind of thing. And there's something about that process that just I mean, you can't recapture that look with digital. There's no way to do it.
Yeah.
It's getting there. You know, one day it may be that way, but right now it's just not. You just know, like you just know when something's shot on film versus done digitally. It's just a feel to it. Yeah,
timeless would be the best word to use for it. You know, it makes it look real timeless. You know, like you can't replicate that, man.
No, like it's just one of a kind. Like it has to do with like the softness of the focus and like all these other things that you would never be able to classify if you didn't already know the difference. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
But you have to know what you're looking for to know the difference.
Definitely.
You know, there's a difference in the color. There's a difference in all these other things underneath that make it this. You know, like that classic, timeless idea of film. You know, versus the digital form. Like I said, it's getting there. They're working on it.
Yeah.
But it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So I mean, here's hoping then, like with this decision that they basically make like this new trilogy into like basically new classics in this sense, you know.
That's the goal.